Let's start our session for analysis of acceleration of Fobard mechanism or acceleration analysis of Fobard mechanism. Here, for finding the angular accelerations of a given Fobard link, we need to find out their accelerations at those particular point. Till now we were studying about finding out velocities at those particular point. Now we have to find out the angular accelerations at those particular points or for those given links. Let's go with the problem statement and then start the solution. PQRS is a Fobard chain with the link PS fixed. The lengths of the links are PQ 64 mm, QR 160 mm, RS equal to 112 mm and PS 200 mm. The crank PQ rotates at 10 radians per sec clockwise. So he has given the angular speed. So angular speed he has given as 10 radians per second clockwise. Draw the velocity and acceleration diagram. We need to find out two diagrams or draw two diagrams, velocity diagram and acceleration diagram. When angle QPS equal to 60 degree and Q and R lie on the same side of PS. Find the angular velocity and angular accelerations of the link QR and PS. So this is the problem statement. Let's start the solution. Okay, then we'll write the data as usual. We are going to do it. So here data given PQ equal to 64 mm. So we need to convert it into meter, where we will be doing it in the later stage. QR equal to 160 mm, RS equal to 112 mm, PS equal to 200 mm. So PS is the fixed link, so which he has given in the beginning itself only. Then in the data he has given omega PQ equal to 10 radians per sec. So he has given. Then angle QPS equal to 60 degree. Then what he has told you to find? So he has told us to find angular velocities of QR, that is a question mark, angular velocities of RS, that is also question mark. Then he has told to find out angular acceleration. The notation for this one will give it as alpha. So alpha QR question mark and alpha RS equal to question mark. So first we need to draw the A space diagram. Again, for drawing the space diagram we require to take a scale. So let's take a scale. Here scale I am taking is 1:4. So this is the scale what we are going to take. Let's begin it as we have done it. So here, so it is 64 into 1 divided by 4, that will be 16 mm. Then 160 multiplied by 1 by 4, that is equal to 40 mm. Then we are having one more, 112 into 1 by 4, that is equal to 28 mm. and then 200 into 1 by 4, that is equal to 50 mm. So using the scale we will draw the space diagram. So as usually we are going to draw the space diagram at a convenient point. So first here the PS is a fixed length, so PS will be the fixed length. PS value is 200. For 200 it is 50 mm. Let's draw the line horizontal, that is equal to 50 mm, and label that as point P and capital Q. This is fixed link. Next he has told there is one more link that is equal to here QPS. So P is this point, and here, sorry, this is not Q, this is, I took it wrong, this is PS. So PS equal to, okay, so QPS equal to 60 degree. So we'll measure 60 degree at point P. Okay, then draw a line in the direction of the measurement, then cut a arc equal to PQ. PQ we have got PQ equal to 64, 64 equal to 16 mm. Measure arc length equal to 16 mm. Keep at point P, then cut. Label that one as Q, and from Q measure R equal to 160 mm. 160 mm means 40 mm. So measure again 40 mm in a scale. Keep it at Q, cut arc. Okay, then we require to find out RS. RS equal to 112. 112 means 28 mm. So measure 28 mm. Keep it at S and cut a arc. So we got a point here. The point here is R. Join a line Q to R, then from R to S. Next we need to mention the dimensions here. PS equal to 200 mm. Then this is 60 degree. PQ equal to 64, QR equal to 160, and RS equal to 112, all in mm. These are the things what we have got. Now the direction of rotation, which is omega PQ, has been given, and the value of that one has been also given as 10 radians per second. So direction is here. As the direction is in a clockwise direction, the velocity of point Q with respect to P will be in the same direction. So from there, keep the protractor at point Q and a line of 0 in coinciding with PQ. Measure from here 90 degree, and you will get the direction of velocity of Q with respect to P in this direction, and I suggest you better extend the line. Okay, this is velocity of q with respect to p, or it is also given as velocity of q point. Both it is can be written. So using this one, what we can find out? We can find out the velocity of q with respect to p, or velocity of q only. So how to find out? So for that, what we do is we write here. We know that velocity of q equal to velocity of qp equal to angular speed of pq and its perpendicular distance or radius also. Some books use a radius, some use a perpendicular distance. Both are same, perpendicular distance. So here omega pq already given 10, and value of this radius, that is pq. So its measurement should be to the given value, not to the scale down value. So it is 64. It is in mm. I told you have to convert it into meters. So it will be here, the value will be 0.64 meter per second. So this is velocity of q with respect to p, or just velocity of q only. So what we got? We got the magnitude as well as direction. So using this magnitude and direction, we need to find out the other points. So before that, we have to find out another direction. So that is velocity of rs with r with respect to s, and velocity of rq also has to be found out. How to do that one? So keep your protractor at a point r coinciding with the line rs, that is 0th line. Then keep a 90 degree here, measure perpendicular, so you'll get this value. So in this direction, draw the direction of velocity. So this is the velocity direction of r with respect to s. This is only direction, we don't know its magnitude. When s is fixed and r is rotating. Now keeping q fixed and r making rotation, so in which direction it will be? For that, what you do, keep the protractor 90 degree line in line with the r and q line, and the point should be coinciding with the r point, and mark a point here as well as here, and you will be getting one straight line. So draw one slight straight line. So this is line of action of velocity of r with respect to q. We don't know in which direction it is acting, but we know that this is the line of action of velocity of r with respect to q. So but this will be perpendicular to line RQ. This will be perpendicular to line RQ. So we got one vector which is having one vector with the direction, but here we are having only direction. We don't have the magnitude of this one. So using 1 and 2 component and the third component, that is velocity of r and q, we will draw the velocity diagram. So velocity diagram. So for doing the velocity diagram, again we need to have the scale. So here we'll take the scale. So we are having here velocity of q with respect to p as 0.64 meter per second. So here we'll take a scale of 0.1 meter per second equal to 10 mm. So using this scale we'll do. Okay. So as usual, what we'll do, we'll draw one grid for our convenient. So we'll draw one grid. So that is initial point for us. So this point we'll call it as the point as these 2 points, that is P, S. So from here we have to draw a line which is parallel to the vector, or which is parallel to this line, that is velocity of q with respect to p. So what we have to do is, as usually, here we have to draw one straight line, means perpendicular line to this one. So we'll draw. Okay, this will be this, and this line will be parallel. Next we will measure, keeping our protractor at point Q, the line here, the line measurement here, it will be 60 degree for this one. So the same point we are going to transfer this one here, and we'll measure 60 degree here. Then draw a line in the direction downward, but this has to have some magnitude. What is that magnitude? 0.64 meter per second. So the scale here is, so scale for this one will be 0.64 meter per second equal to how much? So this is multiplying 0.64 into 10, dividing it by 0.1. So it will be 64 mm. So we'll measure from here, magnitude equal to 64 mm. So this will be the point. So here at the point we are going to, this is with respect to q, so hence we'll label this one as q. So this is all point q. Then at s point we are having one more, velocity of r with respect to s, but the direction is in here. So this angle from here to here, this angle is 90 degree. This has to be done for that particular angle. For that, what we require to draw the line which is velocity of rs. So for that, what we do is, we will measure this line, this angle, and we'll measure this angle. So this angle is 90. So RQ line we know we have to do that one, and this line we have to do it. So for that, what we do is, first we'll measure here, so here the measurement is 50. Okay, and next we are having this measurement. This measurement here is 90. 50 plus 90, it will be 140. So we'll keep our protractor here, and we'll measure that is 50 plus 90, that is 140. We'll get this one. So the direction of point here, it will be like this. So this will be the direction. This is velocity of r with respect to q, which is parallel to this line. Next, we have to draw this line rs. For that, what we do, again we will draw line perpendicular to this. Okay, then we know this line and these lines are both perpendicular, so what we will do, parallel. So we will measure this one. We have got some value here, so it is 100, 102. So we'll keep it here. We got this. So from there, we'll draw. So this is going to meet at here, the point here. So sometimes overlaps do happen, don't mind. So this is point here. So this point we call it as r. Okay, this is velocity of r. This is velocity of r on q. This is velocity of r, or r on s also. Okay, so we have to measure these particular line values. So from measurement, by measuring, so vector s rs vector is equal to, we got 42 mm, and here vector rq we got here around 43 mm. No issues. So we got those particular values. Next, we have to find out the angular velocity at q and r and s. So right here, by measuring, we found velocity r with respect to q is equal to vector qr into scale. So vector qr, sorry, this you can rewrite it as qr vector, that is 43 mm, and vector rs equal to 42, sorry, qr. So qr we have measured it as 43 mm, 43 into scale. scale is this one, that is 0.1 divided by 10. So here value will be getting around 0.43 meter per second. So next, we also know that velocity r with respect to q is equal to omega rq into its radius, that is rq. Therefore omega rq equal to velocity of rq divided by link rq. Velocity of rq we got 0.43 meter per sec divided by link rq or qr, that is here we are having rq 160 into 10 to the power minus 3. So the value for this one is 2.68 radians per second. Sorry. Okay. Similarly, by measuring we found velocity rs is equal to vector rs into scale. Rs is equal to 42, scale 0.1 divided by 10, so it is 0.42 meter per second. So we know that velocity of rs equal to omega rs into link rs. Therefore omega rs equal to velocity rs divided by link rs, that is 0.42 divided by, so rs value here it is 112 into 10 to the power minus 3. So value is 3.75 radians per, sorry for delay. So this is our velocity value. So using this velocity, what we can do, we can find out the angular acceleration. So here we got 4 important values. One is velocity of r with respect to q, here angular speed of r is with respect to q, here 2.68. Then we got velocity of r with respect to s, 0.42 meter per second, and angular speed, angular velocity, that is r with respect to s, that is 3.75 radians per second. These are the values. Using these values, next we need to find out the acceleration. So from the velocity diagram, or from the inputs from the velocity diagram only, we can find out the acceleration part, that is the acceleration diagram. So we'll start with acceleration diagram. Let us begin our new part, that is drawing a acceleration diagram. Before going into drawing the acceleration diagram, let's understand the velocity diagram, a recap or what we have done. So this is the vector pq, that is velocity of q over p, which we have got from the initial part. So these are going to be useful in drawing our acceleration diagram. So for that reason, I'll be using these datas from here. So these datas will be used in our diagram of acceleration. So for that reason, we'll start that. So for my help, what I have done is I have redrawn the space diagram here. You need not draw the space diagram, it will be already there for you. Just I need not again bring the sheet back and fro during our session. For that reason, I have drawn it. So data here is PQ is equal to 64 mm, QR is equal to 160 mm, RS is equal to 112, and PS is equal to 200 mm. Angle QPS is equal to 60. So this is what we are having. So here we are having velocity of Q with respect to P, and we are having here the velocity of point R with respect to S, and we are having velocity of R with respect to Q in this direction. So from the velocity diagram we had like this. So rough diagram we have drawn so that it will help us. This will be point small r, this is Q, and we know it is downward here, velocity of Q with respect to P, and this one was velocity of R with respect to Q, and this one was velocity of R with respect to S. So this was the direction we had. Now in acceleration diagram, so before going to acceleration diagram, what I wanted to tell is, so acceleration diagram for any given link, for example this is a body. Yeah, so this is a body, it will be having 2 points on the body. We'll take this as a body, and here we are having a point A and this is point B. So this is link. So if I am going to rotate this one with the angular speed or angular velocity omega, then in the same direction what we'll be having, we'll be having the angular acceleration alpha. So on this particular point B, we usually have the velocity, that is the velocity of B with respect to A. So here also we'll be having two particular components in acceleration. One is the radial component, and one more is the tangential component. Then you may be asking, what is a radial component and the tangential component? So we know that when a fixed end, if tie a string, and there is a ball here, and we rotate the ball in clockwise or anti-clockwise. On this particular point, what will be happening? There will be one force acting, that is centrifugal force, and here one more force will be acting towards the center, that is centripetal force, so that the ball is going to rotate with a uniform speed in its orbit or in a circle. So this is the radial component, and it will be always having one more force, which will be the tangential component. So this will be at a tangent, so 90 degree, so tangential. So radial component are parallel to the link, that is the link, and tangential component will be perpendicular to the link. So this will be with respect to this particular thing, which is we need to find out. So in all the components, what we'll be having, how to note this one. So here we will be having the acceleration of, again acceleration, we'll note it as A, and it will be radial component. So radial component, it will be B on A, and here again on the same direction it will be having a tangential component, that is acceleration of a tangential acceleration of a with respect to B will be happening. So when we are supposed to draw the diagram, what we will be doing, we will be taking the radial component as well as a tangential component. When we close the polygon, or when we close this triangle, the resultant polygon or resultant side will be the total acceleration, whatever we are going. The same thing has to be implemented on this particular diagram. That is what is the acceleration diagram. So this is just a small idea which has to be known for a student, so that he will be not getting confused. Very easy, very simple, and it can be done within a limited period of time. But most of the cases, student do one particular assumption that this is difficult, we need not do this one, we will do only the velocity part. That is their assumption, but I prefer you to do both the velocity part as well as the acceleration part also. Now, what all things we require for doing this acceleration diagram? So from the theory, that is from the previous velocity diagram, we require certain inputs. So those inputs will be like velocity of from velocity diagram, we require velocity of q with respect to p. We have that is 0.64 meter per second. Then we require velocity of r with respect to q, that is what we had got, 0.43 meter per second. Then we require velocity of r with respect to s, that is equal to 0.42 meter per second. Why this is required, how it will be used, that I will be telling later. But these are the things which we require from our diagram. So after using this one, what we have to need to do in this particular. So as I have told you, we are having the acceleration component. So we have to identify the acceleration part on the given link. So coming to the space diagram. So this is our link PQ. So on this link PQ there will be one acceleration component acting. So we'll write acceleration radial component of Q on P. We don't have any tangential component here. So even though there is a tangential component, the tangential component will be in this direction. So it will be acceleration tangential of QP. Taking this as a fixed point, so there is a radial component and there is a tangential component. Why this direction? Because our link is moving here and it is moving in a clockwise direction with the angular speed omega. So for that reason, next what we require to do, then moving from P we move to Q point, keeping Q as the component. So then the respective to Q, R is also going to move. So there will be a acceleration radial component similar to this one, that is R with respect to Q, and we require to find out its tangential component. So velocity of R and Q, what we had got here from the previous velocity diagram, in the same direction what will be happening, we will be having acceleration tangential of R with respect to Q. So this is our acceleration in that particular direction. Next we are having our movement from here is finished. Next this is the S point, this is our fixed point. So from this fixed point what we require to do is we have to find out the acceleration. So acceleration here it will be downward, so it will be acceleration of radial component of R with respect to S, and we have a velocity here, so it will be acceleration tangentially R with respect to S. So these are our components, relative components. So we are having the radial, tangential, radial, tangential, radial and tangential components. So using this radial and tangential component, we have to find out the other acceleration values. So how to go ahead with this one? There is a small calculations. So remember those calculations, it will help us to do. So acceleration, I will write it as ACC ln. So for my short notation, acceleration A radial of Q with respect to P is given by, that is velocity of BP by its link PQ. This is velocity square. We know that acceleration is equal to derivative of velocity. So acceleration is derivative of velocity. It is rate of change of velocity. So there we are going to get. So here we are going to get velocity of BP, velocity of QP. Sorry, it is QP by velocity of QP we have already here 0.64. So keep it to the power 2 divided by PQ. So here it should be in meter per meter. So it will be 64 into 10 to the power minus 3. So this one we are converting. So answer what I have got, I will be writing here, it is 6.4 meter per second square. Okay, next we require to find out acceleration tangential with respect to QP. So the value of this one will be 0. Why? Because the link is rotating at uniform speed. So because it is rotating at uniform speed, there is no change in velocity. As because there is no change in velocity with respect to time, so acceleration tangential for this one will be equal to 0. Need not find out, so it will be left. Next we have to find out acceleration of a radial component RQ. So for that again we use the linear velocity of that one, RQ to the power 2 divided by its link QR. So RQ value we have already 0.43 to the power 2 by its measurement, that is 160 into 10 to the power minus 3. So it will be, value will be 1.15 meter per second square. So this is our value. Okay, but here we have a tangential, so acceleration tangential RQ. But what we'll do is we don't know the like this velocity, so we'll write here need to be found from diagram. This one we'll write. So where we'll find it, I will tell you later. Next, similarly for the next part, acceleration radial for RS equal to velocity of RS to the power 2 by RS. So value of this one is 0.42 to the power 2 by RS value is 112 into 10 to the power minus 3 equal to 1.575 meter per square. So this is another radial component. Next we need to find out the tangential component. So again we'll write tangential at a point RS. Again it need to be found from the diagram. These are the things which we have to do it for the acceleration diagram to begin. So using these values, that is the acceleration values, that is 6.4 meter per second square, 1.15 meter per second square and 1.575 meter per second square acceleration, we have to draw the acceleration diagram. So for drawing the acceleration diagram, again we need to take some particular scale. We'll write here acceleration diagram. Out of these, which one is the maximum that we'll be choosing, because that will be the highest vector because it is having the maximum magnitude. So here we have having 6.4 meter per second square as the maximum. So we'll take a scale. One meter per second square equal to 10 mm. So using this scale we are going to draw the diagram. So how to start or where to start? So you can start it at any point here. How we have done it for velocity, like that itself only, small p and a small s. So we'll denote that one p dash and s dash. This will be the starting point. Now for this again we require to draw one grid. So let me draw a grid which we have been following. Then here also for our convenience, so what I am doing, I am drawing a perpendicular line of with the PC as a base but passing through Q point. Similarly, it passes through this particular, just for our reference. Now, first component which we have to draw this first component, that is 6.4 meter per second square. In which direction it is? It is downward direction. Here, this is the direction. So we know this direction and we know this magnitude. So let's start for this one. To know this angle, that is QPS, is 60 degree, then this is 90 degree, then obviously this angle will be 30 degree. So keeping this point here, okay, keeping this point here, what we'll do, we'll draw a vector, that is here we'll draw angle equal to 30 degree, that is obvious, known to us. So we'll keep our protractor at point here, measure 30 degree, then we'll draw a line which is passing. The magnitude of this one should be 6.4. So this is the, this one we'll name it as Q dash. Next, we need to add a tangential component. As it is having a tangential component at this particular point, magnitude is 0, so it will not go anywhere, it will be remaining there itself only. Next we have to go for the next one, that is a radial component of RQ, which is 1.15 meter per second square. RQ, it will be in this direction. So from here we have to draw in this direction. So for that, what we do is we'll make a parallel line for this one. So as we know this is 30 degree, so we'll keep the protractor at this point, measure 30, we'll draw one reference line. So we got this reference line. This reference line and this reference lines will be meaning same for us. And from here we'll measure this distance, this angle. So after measuring, we can bring this component here at a point Q. So when I keep a protractor at this particular point R, so when I measure from here, so it is 70 degree. It is 70 degree. So keeping the protractor at point Q in line, I'll measure 70 degree. So the direction will be this way. I will verify once again. Degree. Yes, it is 70 degree. We know this direction. The magnitude of this one is 1.15 meter per second. 1.15 meter per second means approximately, so for this scale, so if it is 1.15 means it is near to 11 mm. So from here we'll be measuring 11 mm. So this is the measurement 11 mm. But here we'll be drawing dotted lines because these are radial component. This is point. We'll label this one as a radial component x, and here the arrow mark will be till here. It will be acceleration of radial r with respect to q. Here it is acceleration radial q with respect to p. As I have told you, tangential component will be perpendicular to radial component. So we are going to take. So where is the tangential component? Here it is. It is 90 degree to the radial component. So in which direction it is going? Upward direction. So keep the protractor at point X. Measure 90 degree. In this direction, measure 90 degree. This is our tangential component. But we don't know its magnitude. Let it be in the same direction. Need not much worry. So here we don't have the magnitude, but we know it's a direction that it is towards that. Okay. So here we'll write it as acceleration tangential of r with respect to q. So this is one part over, two part over. Next we are having the third part, but this S part starts from the beginning itself only. We can use this particular point as the beginning point. So here the radial component of this one is downward here. Here you can see. So what we need to do is from S we have to bring the radial component here. For that we can use this angle. So let's measure the angle at R. So when I see it, it is near to a 12 degree line. So it is 12 degree. Bring the point at point S. Measure 12 degree. We know its direction from here, but magnitude where we are going to get it at 1.575, that is from here. So we know that 1.57 will be equal to here 15 mm. From the scale we know it, so it will be near to 50. So from here take a arc or measure 15 mm, so we can measure it. So it will be 15 mm, and this will be a dotted line. This is acceleration radial of r with respect to s. Now we are having one more thing to be added to this particular point. We'll name this one as y. Like how we have named it x, here we'll name it as y. Next we have to have the tangential component. Here the tangential component is towards outside. So and it is 90 degree. So what we have to do is we have to measure from here y point 90 degree because it is going outside. So I will measure it this side. But when I am going to draw line, I don't know its proper position, but it will not intersect with any line. So what we do is we draw it in the other direction. Here, this direction we are going to do. Because when I draw it here, it will not intersect with the another point of R with respect to Q. I'm telling again, remember, if I draw it this side as we have got it here, it will not intersect with the line of R and Q. So what we need, we have to draw it on the other side. So it will be here. So this direction we are going to get a point here. So this is R dash. So this is our tangential component. So again we need to draw dotted line. So this is A tangential R with respect to S. So we got here the point. So this particular point will be having the R point. Now we have to get the resultant accelerations of Rs and of Rq. So what to do? From Q dash, draw a vector. Okay. Similarly, from P dash, draw a vector. So these are our components, and now you can give the directions. This is our direction. This is acceleration of just R, and Rs also we can take, or R also we can take. This is our acceleration of R on Q. R on Q. So this completes our acceleration diagram. So, but we need to find out the angular acceleration. To find out the angular acceleration, we have to measure the vectors of this one. So what vectors we have to measure? We have to measure acceleration of t with respect to Rq and acceleration of t with respect to Rs. So from where we are going to get? So acceleration of t with respect to Rq, we are going to get it from the vectors. So from those vectors we need to find the values. So Rq vector we are going to get from x R dash. Then Rs vector we are going to get from y R dash. So we need to measure. So what is the value? So when I measure x dash we need to measure these components. So x dash R dash. So when I measure x dash R dash, so it is 31, 32, 33, 33 mm, and from y to R dash it is equal to 59 mm. So I had told you here need to find from the diagram. So what we are going to find here? So here acceleration tangential RQ is equal to measured value, that is vector x r dash into scale. The value of x r dash here is 33 mm, scale 1/10. The value of this one will be 3.3 meter per second square. So this is acceleration tangential. Then we need to find out similarly for RS also. So that will be vector y r dash into scale. Here it will be 59 mm into 1/10. So it will be 5.9 meter per second square. Now we need to find out the angular acceleration. So write a note here. Tangential component of acceleration, A acceleration tangential, is equal to angular acceleration, that is alpha, into length of the link. So we have to find out the angular acceleration. So to find out the angular acceleration of two links we have to find out. One is for a PQ length and one more is for a RS length. For that length of the link we are going to use, and tangential component of RS and RQ, or here we are going to use it. So we are going to use those components and find out the angular acceleration, that is for RQ. This one we are going to find out. Therefore angular acceleration, for angular acceleration we denote it by alpha, that is for QR equal to tangential component of RQ or QR. So it is tangential component of RQ by length of the link, that is QR. So tangential component we have already got 3.3, length of the link QR, which is given in our data, that is 160 mm. So 160 into 10 to the power minus 3. So we will be getting a value 23.12. So it is angular acceleration, so it will be radian per second square. Similarly, we have to find out for angular acceleration of another link, that is RS. So angular acceleration alpha RS equal to A tangential of RS, which we got it from the graph, divided by link RS. So we got value as 5.9 divided by the length of the link RS is 112 mm 912 into 10 to the power minus 3. The answer will be 52.67 radians per second square. So this will be the answer for our value. So we need to highlight these values. So already done, but so we were told to find out the angular velocities and angular accelerations of the links, that is for QR and RS. So here in the down we can write for our omega QR or RQ, which we have already found out, that is 2.68 radians per second. Then omega of RS we have already found out, that is equal to 3.75 radians per second. So we got these answers. So better put it into one box, because in examination they will be more will be concentrating on what answer you have got, and I am pretty sure that for different types of scales and for different measurements you may be getting somewhat different answers. It is not that you will be getting the same answer, but answers will be nearer to these values itself only. It depends on how skillful you are doing the diagrams. So space diagram already done, need not do again. Space diagram already done, need not do again. Only thing what you have to draw is the acceleration diagram. So to give a recap of how drawing a acceleration diagram, first you should find out the acceleration part calculations. Start it at point P dash and go a radial component first, then it's a tangential we don't have, so it is 0. Then next link, go here, radial component, find out the direction, then it's a tangential component, use it. Then from there you are going to conclude there itself only. Come to the next link, that is S, go to the S point, find out the radial component like this, then go for its tangential component. Tangential component is other side, but what will happen, it will not meet there, you will be not getting the correct tangential value. So you are going to go in this direction, so it will be here, it will be meeting at a point R, and then you are going to draw the resultant. So here you are going to draw the resultant. Similarly, what you are going to do, we got X point and R dash point, so you are going to draw the result. These are the resultant acceleration of R with respect to Q and resultant. But we require the angular acceleration. For that one, first find out the vector X to R dash, so that one, and Y to R dash, that is, so we will be getting the tangential components of R with respect to Q and R with respect to S. So using that, what we need to find, we have to find out the accelerations tangential of R with respect to Q, multiplying with the scale what we have used for drawing the acceleration diagram. We have found it, which we had kept it. Then we know that tangential component of acceleration is equal to, this is important, equal to angular acceleration into length. We require to find out the angular accelerations of each links. So to find out the angular accelerations of each link, so what we require their tangential accelerations. So tangential accelerations of each link divided by length of the link will be giving you the angular acceleration. So this is alpha r qr and alpha rs. So from the previous velocity diagram, we'll be getting the angular velocity or angular speed omega rq and omega rs. So this. So I hope this is sufficient for you to analyze any type of a 4-bar mechanism which need to be found for velocity diagram and acceleration diagram.